Now to Placerville, where a judge is weighing what happens next to the father and son duo accused of sparking the Caldor Fire. And that's the massive fire that burned throughout the late summer of 2021. It destroyed the town of Grizzly Flats and forced all of South Lake Tahoe to evacuate. Highways 50 and 88 were shut down for weeks on end. And ABC 10 investigative reporter Brandon Rittiman, he covered the fire back then. Brandon, what are the charges against the father and the son?
David and Shane Smith each face 3 felony counts of reckless arson, but so far prosecutors haven't shared details of why they believe that the Smiths' behavior was so reckless as to amount to criminal negligence in this case. The father and son watched as witnesses took the stand for the very first time in the criminal case against them. We heard from several, but not all, of the fire investigators who worked the Caldor Fire. They offered evidence that Shane and David Smith were in the area, that they called 911 to report discovering the fire, but we didn't get deeper into exactly how prosecutors believed the Smiths sparked the fire, allegedly while the two of them were out shooting. The defense spent a lot of time today cross-examining witnesses, trying to build suspicion that somebody else, including a now deceased local fire chief, might have caused this fire. The Smiths' attorneys say quite simply that prosecutors got the wrong guys, that the Smiths didn't do it.
They didn't cause the fire under any circumstance. There could never be any evidence, ever, and that's the one thing I'm certain of, that would prove in any fashion that they caused this fire. That's really clear.
Are you willing to say whether they fired weapons that day?
That's something we can't comment on right now.
Right. Thank you, though.
As you're probably picking up there, guns are a bit of a touchy subject for the defense, and that's because in addition to the fire charges, both Smiths also face felony weapons charges. Both are charged with possession of a silencer, and Shane, the son, faces a felony for allegedly using an illegal device to convert his semi-automatic into a machine gun. We did hear testimony today that the silencers and trigger device were found when officers came to the Smiths with search warrants. As for the fire itself, the accusation against the Smiths is criminal negligence. In other words, that they knew what they were doing was likely to cause injury to people or hurt people, and they went ahead and did it anyway. That is what the prosecutors are trying to prove to the judge. This is a preliminary hearing. The object for prosecutors is to convince that judge that there is probable cause of a crime and enough evidence to hold the Smiths over for a jury trial. In Placerville, I'm Brandon Rittiman.